Do you think the Bears are just here to play in 2025? This is not a drill, Chicago. The bomb's about to drop. A rookie who went from destroying quarterbacks to breaking free like a tornado. And we're only eyeing him if he falls to day 3. But, hold on. What if I told you Ryan Poles might throw a second-round pick at a sack hunter who would make Rodgers and Goff shake in their cleats? We're talking 17.5 sacks a season, family. And now for the controversy. A fallen veteran QB to back up our franchise? Yes, that one the guy who set Philly on fire before crashing and burning. If you're not subscribed, you'll miss how the future unfolds. Bold investment or costly disaster? This is all going down at Hollis Hall. Turn on those notifications, or you'll regret missing what's coming next. What is happening in Chicago, Bears fans? I've got news that'll shake the NFC North. Is Ryan Poles hunting for Walter Payton's successor in this draft? Because I swear, what I just found out will blow your mind. Joshua Carter. Yes, remember. That name, it's going to ring loud at Soldier Field. The Eastern Kentucky running back who not only torched defenses for 1,258 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns in 2024, but used to play linebacker. You hear me? This guy went from tackling dudes to making them miss. And now the Bears have their eyes on him. But wait, does Chicago really need another star in the backfield after beefing up the O-line? Let me remind you, they signed Jonah Jackson, Joe Thuney, and Drew Dalman. Ben Johnson, our new head coach, demands that brutal ground game just like in Detroit. But let me ask you, is Dandre Swift enough? Or do we need a tank like Carter, who jumped from 303 yards in 2022 to over 1,200 in 2024? This Florida kid is a progressive force. And it's not just about running, folks. Carter caught 24 passes for 224 yards. Can you imagine Caleb Williams throwing him screens on 3rd and long? Absolutely wild. But here's the dilemma. Ashton Jeanty, a Heisman finalist, is also in play. So is Carter a steal in the later rounds? This 2025 draft is loaded with running backs. Ryan Poles has the flexibility, but with spending an early pick on an RB, be smart with so many defensive gaps to fill. Listen up. If Carter drops to day 3, we have to jump. He's got the build, 5'9", 207 pounds, the vision, and that ex-defender instinct to read gaps like they're codes in the Matrix. Watch his highlights on YouTube. He sheds tackles like they're tissue paper. But what about his FCS competition? Will that dominance translate to the NFL? Big question for you, Bears Nation. Should the Bears take a shot at Joshua Carter in the draft, or should they focus on other pressing needs? According to the latest rumors, the Bears have their sights set on a signing that could change everything about this team's defensive outlook. Who are we talking about? None other than Trey Hendrickson, the fearsome pass rusher from the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, the same one who finished 3rd in the Defensive Player of the Year voting in 2024. But wait. Didn't they already bolster the defensive line with Dayo Odeyingbo and Grady Jarrett? Of course they did. But this is Trey Hendrickson. Imagine a monster who has recorded 17.5 sacks in EHEH of the last 2 seasons, who led the NFL in sacks last year. And right now, the Bengals have given him the green light to seek a trade. Tell me, how could the Bears not be tempted by this opportunity? Now, analyst Logan Ulrich has the solution, offering the 2nd round, pick in 2025, number 39 overall, to bring him to Chicago. Think that's too expensive? I'm telling you it's not. Because with 4 picks in the first 3 rounds and a unique window of opportunity thanks to Caleb Williams' rookie contract, the Bears have to be aggressive. Or didn't they promise to surround their QB with a Super Bowl roster? Now here's the debate. Do they really need Hendrickson when they already have Montez Sweat and Odeyingbo? I'm telling you they do. Because we're talking about an all-pro who doesn't just dominate with his 112 QB hits and 57 sacks since 2021, but also boasts a 90.4 pass rush grade according to PFF. Picture a Sweat Hendrickson duo. Opposing offenses would tremble. And with Ode Ingbo in rotation, that would be a death line. But watch out. This wouldn't be all smooth sailing. Hendrickson is 30 years old and would demand a massive long-term extension. Is he worth the risk? I say yes. Because if they want to compete now, they need impact players immediately. And besides, what message would they send to the NFC North? That the Bears aren't here to play around. Now, fan, here's something to think about. If the Bears give up that second rounder, are they sacrificing the future for an all-in win-now move? Or is this exactly the moment to push all the chips in, with Caleb Williams in his economic prime? Comment below. Should the Bears go after Trey Hendrickson even if it costs pick 39? I want to know what you think. And remember, in the NFL, opportunities like this don't wait. If Poles hesitates, another team will snatch him up. And then we'll be stuck with the what ifs. This decision is crucial. Will Hendrickson be the missing piece to make this defense unstoppable? Tell me, fans, yes or nitrogen monoxide? What on earth is going on inside the Chicago Bears front office? Do they really think Carson Wentz is the missing piece? Come on, Bears fans. Because I've got a piece of news you're either loving or hating from the very first second. A veteran QB, a former number 2 overall pick, once a star with battle scars, brought in to safeguard the franchise's future. This needs to be broken down. First, some context. Last season, the Bears relied on Tyson Bagent, an undrafted free agent, as Caleb Williams' backup. The result? Plenty of nail-biting every time Williams took a big hit. Now, under Ben Johnson, the team is revisiting the question. Do they need a veteran with experience on the bench? And here comes Carson Wentz. But wait, is this a smart move? Or just a bucket of cold water? Because, let's be real, Wentz isn't the same guy from 2017, when he was nearly the MVP and led the Eagles right to the brink of glory, until an injury knocked him out and Nick Foles stole the show. Since then, his career has been a roller coaster. 3 teams in 5 years, injuries, costly mistakes, and now one last shot in Chicago. Let me tell you this, Wentz has firepower. 153 touchdown passes, over 22,400 yards, but also 57 interceptions, and a career record of 47 wins, 46 losses, and 1 tie. So he's a QB who can win games, but can also lose them. And now the Bears want him as Williams' mentor, or just as an insurance policy in case of injury. Now, here's the big question. Why would Wentz come to Chicago? Because, folks, Zimmerman mentioned that he wants a chance to compete for a starting job. But behind Caleb Williams, that doesn't exist. Unless, and here's where the drama kicks in, Williams fails or gets hurt. Do you really think the Bears would entertain even a slight doubt in their franchise leader's mind? But listen, Bears fans, this isn't just about stats. It's about leadership. Wentz has been through it all: playoffs, Super Bowl, even if from the sidelines, rebuilding teams. If he truly accepts the role, he could be a solid mentor for Williams. But is Wentz really willing to take a backseat after spending a decade searching for redemption? And watch out for the Rams and the Chiefs. In Kansas City, he was in mayhem's shadow, but he learned under Andy Reid. In Los Angeles, he observed Stafford. Could he absorb the best from those systems to help Johnson and Williams? Or is this just another case of a complaining QB like we saw in Washington and Indianapolis? But I have to say, if the Bears don't sign Wentz, who else is out there? Stick with Bagent? Gamble on a rookie? In a year where Chicago wants to contend, can they afford not to have a veteran with battle scars? Here's the deal. If Wentz signs, he'd be the most controversial backup in the NFL. A guy who, in theory, could keep the team afloat if Williams goes down. But who could also create tensions if he believes he deserves more? Is this a gamble worth making? Now, fans, I want your takes. Should the Bears sign Carson Wentz as Caleb Williams' backup? Or is this a ticking time bomb waiting to explode? Bears Nation, we need to talk. First, is Joshua Carter in the draft the ultimate move to solidify our defense? Or would it be a mistake to neglect other critical needs right now? Think about it. Every draft pick shapes our future. Second, if Chicago gives up pick 39 for a veteran like Trey Hendrickson, are they throwing away the future in desperation for a big 2025 season? Or does Caleb Williams' cheap rookie contract force them to go all in right now? The window could close fast. And third, should Carson Wentz back up Caleb? Is his experience crucial to mentoring the rookie? Or an unnecessary risk that could fracture the locker room? We want to know where you stand. Drop your theories, takes, and solutions in the comments. FAS, if you truly believe this Bears season is set to be historic, subscribe now. This isn't just a channel. This is a family that beats to the rhythm of Chicago. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss our post-draft analysis and live coverage of every move from Hollis Hall. The future starts now, and your opinion matters. Subscribe, comment, and let's be Bears. Until next time, Nation.